Everyone,
Good morning.
ititi nakusech hata hisei.
Kikarus.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Alito. Chigma.
Gusto.
Sio.
Oh,
Kunumante. Madawaka.
that's the Huntadish.
Ha. Soha. Good morning. Good morning. Coming live from 1950 South Shepherd here in the gut, El Ghetto, Helltown. Where the hell you been at, Carmelo?
We had big plans and a lot of things happened. So we ended up staying home. But for 2 weeks, I had a nice little vacation, I guess. So I didn't go anywhere. I was at home, still doing things. So I'm glad you're back too.
Oh yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Janice. Good morning. Good morning. Still got my eyeball inspector,
Still being
Clouseau.
inspected.
What is it, Clouseau? Yep. Still blind as hell, but I just read a comment, so I mean that's definitely improvement.
Yeah, that monitor gets closer and closer.
Yeah. Hey, as long as I'm reading them, I'm all right.
Good.
I mean, I still got a ways to go. I don't even think I'm halfway through my process, but it's way better than it was. Like I'm not having like the old problems that I used to have. So I mean, just that by itself, like I'm grateful for it. So maybe I got to be holding the monitor, having it straight up in my lap. Who knows? Who knows?
Man. Oh, I got to tune in a couple times while you guys were doing your thing.
Yeah,
Um, guys had some good words. Had some
yeah.
rugged auntie.
Rugged Auntie Korean, come set up your booth at our dance on the 25th,
Yes.
25th of this month at Concho. Come display your gifts, or I mean your gift of creation.
Come show off your goods, he said.
Not those ones either. Not the ones Carmelo's talking about. I mean like your regalia. Man, I'll be checking out my auntie. But yeah, had a lot. Man, it's crazy how many orders we had today. Crazy, which is great, to have that community response. Like I'm talking Washington, Oregon, Iowa, Michigan, like that's pretty cool. Wyoming. I mean, South Dakota, Eagle Butte, South Dakota. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just awesome to see like how I think we had like close to 100 shares, 134 shares on the snag bag.
181 submissions.
Yeah.
So much. That was just what's happened through the day yesterday.
Yeah, that was
and what
within
happened last
24
night.
hours.
Yeah, literally 24 hours since we posted it yesterday. And that's crazy. Like it's so much like our office is full of boxes right now.
Yeah.
We did nothing but this morning but fill up
Yeah.
boxes. And so much we're having to wait on more product to come in. So if you guys ordered a box, make sure that you're patient. just a little bit with us, because I know that there's ones out there that are still waiting on some stuff. But trust me, if we could turn the camera around and show you all the boxes we
Yeah.
got, but it's crazy. Like, we have probably like 80 sitting here ready to go, but we have other ones, like there's 100 boxes that are still waiting for more stuff that we
Definitely.
have to make.
Stone Cold David. Good morning, Michaela. Grandpa. Grandpa. Good to see you on, brother. Good to see you on.
Morning, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Hamilton. Yeah, it's amazing, just the impact we can have on a community. Just, I mean, there's life saving things in there, it's amazing. I mean, you just love to see the response that we're able to provide, a service, and maybe some areas that, none of these products even exist. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you got to snag safer,
Definitely.
you know, uh, it seems like every time there's like a drug epidemic or something like that, like you just see an increase in some of the things that can really have an effect on a community. So I mean, you got to stay safe. I mean, fentanyl test strips. I mean, there's so many. The Narcan, of course, but I mean, there's just so many different products that and the way my auntie Corinne's talking is that she's gonna have all the uncles. I think we should just have her a box ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have her booth.
She's gonna sit at the booth with
Have
all
the uncles. Yeah, have all
have a
kinds of
sign-up
uncles.
sheet for her for her goods.
But yeah, good morning, everybody.
Ray, Miss Cheyenne,
Good morning, Cheyenne, Desiree.
Misty, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Yep.
We got some more. Mr. Domingo White Man
Oh,
just ran to Clinton and made it back just now. Literally walked in the door. So
dancing over there.
he's dancing around. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. I mean, you just love to see this type of production going on in the office. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing to be a part of this group.
Yeah, these last few months, I feel like there's been two or one or maybe three of us at a time. Like,
Morning, Dale.
it's a big day
Dale.
if all four of us are in the office. So try to be as productive as possible while we're all here. So good times.
Yep. So we're going to be splitting up this weekend. We have two dances that we're co-hosting. I guess the majority of the group's going to Clinton, right? What's the name of that dance?
Yeah, there's like three of us going.
That's the majority. What are you talking about?
Well, Natalie counts, Barry, whether or not you think.
Me and Domingo are going to and Nat.
So that's three.
Well, I thought your mom, I thought Cassandra, and you two.
Yeah, Cassandra's going to both.
Okay.
Yeah, because she signed us up for the Wilma one.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, the Gord clan is going to be in two spots this weekend, which is all right. We got enough. Even if it was just one time, we sent just Carmelo down to Carnegie.
Yep.
He left me though. He left me. He left me. Yeah, he left me.
I was already halfway there.
But yeah, it's that's just part of what we do. Whatever it takes, being a part of this Gord clan, being a part of this program. I mean, you just feel good. I mean, you just feel good about the work that you do because it's not about us. It's not about us. I mean, my dream job when I got sober was to come back and help my people. And that maybe because I just thought Cheyennes and Arapahoes. You know what I mean? But then you see like the scope of the people that we reach, and it's all across like the nation. Like, and that's cool. I mean, that's just amazing. That we can reach people in Washington, Santa Ana. Like all these different places. Eagle Butte, South Dakota. I mean, and it was just funny looking at all the comments on everybody's share. Like like I seen who you was snagging. You need a box. Like
Yeah.
I was waiting on them to start tagging people, but tagging Buns.
But
David Little Bear.
nice. Put their numbers in all the boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just cool. It's just cool to see the response and then how we can reach people. I mean,
Right.
it's an amazing feeling. I really enjoy my job. I really look forward to coming to work. And even getting on here and talking a little bit. I really enjoy what we do around here. So go ahead, Carmelo.
Go ahead. You want to read? Read.
Read.
Oh, you want to read, sir?
I mean,
You got your magnifying glass. I heard you reading it this morning.
well, I mean, you know how that goes. I'd be like, ta, ta, ta. And be like, D, motherfucker.
Oh my goodness. All right. Today is January 8th. We are in the winter stage, elder stage. So this morning's meditation. Native Americans are essentially calling for righteousness. By this, they mean a shared ideology developed by all people using their purest and most unselfish minds. Comes for Lorraine Canoe and Tom Porter, Mohawk. The native way is to first focus on decisions that will be good for the people and then for yourself. Righteousness means to think right. Our way is to consider the good of all first. This helps our minds to be unselfish and pure. This is the spiritual way. This can be very hard to do because the world we live in says to take care of yourself first. A man of God cannot be taken advantage of unless it is the will of the Creator. The Creator really controls everything. To have a good future, the people must gather in a circle and pray for the highest good for the people. Great mystery. Today, let me love instead of being loved. Let me be giving instead of receiving. Show me the advantages of having a giving heart.
Manu.
Good one. All right, Mr. Botone. They're waiting for you.
Uh, I just went blank. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Thank
read
you,
it, please.
thank you, Mr. Revelis, for reading that. You know what? It's kind of like before we even do these, I like saying a little prayer to myself. Asking the Creator to give me His words. Let me say the things that He needs me to say. So I don't I don't feel like the pressure's on me to come up with something good to say every day. Like I don't like put that pressure on me because I know what happens when I feel like I'm running the show. A lot of bad decisions, a lot of pain and heartache happens. So coming into thinking about these meditations, thinking about the effect that we have on a person's day. A lot of people look forward to us getting on here and having good words to say. I think about you know basically it's like you are what you eat. I mean, I remember being in my addiction, the music that I listened to, the people I surrounded myself with, just just that negative mindset that it was so hard to let something good happen in your life. If something good happened, it had to be away from everybody, or I had to do it in secret, or you know what I mean? Like nobody could know that, I have money, but I only have money for my kids. You know what I mean? Like I can do this and that, but I can't let, like if I wanted to do anything good, I had to be selfish and, sneak around to do something good. Well, now that, I've been sober, I found a solution for me and my issues, me and my problems. I think about the way that we think about other people all the time. Like, we don't come into this thing like, how will this decision benefit us? How will this make us look good? You know, the actions that we've been able to take in our community uh, has had like this ripple effect to where people are approaching us and they're telling us about, how many days they got sober, how they're trying to, I mean, just like, even when I see like my old friends, they'll even be like, you know what, I ain't drinking like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't feel like I, like I'm not gonna walk past you because you're not sober.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna look down on you because you're struggling. I mean, those are my people. You know what I mean? Like those are the people that I can connect with. Those are the people that I enjoy having these conversations with because I know that I know the pain that they're putting themselves through. And so to be a part of this like recovery community that I'm a part of here in El Reno, it's shown me this type of love that you're not gonna find in too many other places, around town. Like where it talks about getting into a circle and wanting the betterment of your people. You know, you get around like-minded people. You get around people that have the same ideals that you have, that want the same things that you want, and I feel like that type of behavior just like creates love, like this type of love that you never knew before. I didn't know how to love before because I didn't love myself.
Hmm.
So I mean, I love the fact that that prayer at the end. Let me give before I receive. Let like what's the opposite of all these different things? Besides thinking about myself. There's I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still learning how to go about things in a good way, but at the same time, I'm also practicing these principles that the creator has allowed in my life. So where that's led me is being able to reach people that may think that society has forgot about them. Being able to relate to people that are struggling, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I mean, like I've been there. I promise you, I have been there. Spent most of my life like in the gutter, and it was so easy for people to look down on me that I enjoyed that. I gladly accepted the way that people looked at me because I didn't feel like no sense of responsibility fell on me. It was easier for people to look down on me. So I let people think I'm not a bad, I'm not a good person. I'm always gonna try to get over, or you know what I mean. When I was exactly the opposite. But being on this side of it, man, like I always say, you put in the work and you let the creator handle the results. And what I've been able to hold on to, because it can easily be taken away from me if I let it. But what I've been able to hold on to was this newfound life that creates like this opportunity for other people to get sober. And to me, that's what it's all about. I understand now, like that might be my life's mission, is to help other people. You can't force anybody to get sober, but you can definitely show them the path and tell them, like, hey, I've walked that path before. I've been exactly where you are. And all it takes is that first step. Take that first step and allow things to fall in place. But I mean, it wasn't easy, and as you practice these principles, get these values in your life, I mean, the the load definitely gets lighter. But at the same time, being able to just be a part of this positive program. I mean, Tor does a lot. You know what I mean? Like we do a lot, but at the same time, I don't feel like we do enough, because there's still people out there struggling. There's still people out there. It's cold right now. And I know there's still people out there on the streets. And maybe the only way they can stay warm is to get a jug.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like that's an actual thing. Only way a person can stay warm is to go get a bottle. And just being able to try and reach those people, to want better for my people. I mean, I got initiated into Dog Soldiers whenever I was 15 years old. Luckily, I was so young that I was able to hear these older gentlemen talk about our people, talk about, pray for all these other people, and it was hard for them to pray for themselves. You always thought about your people first. So, just being a part of a program that, man, like they truly go above and beyond for their people. I mean, I love it. And that's all I got to say.
Good one.
Madoo, madoo.
The my my take on the meditation today
Good morning, Chad, Cassie.
um kind of revolves around how
Jen, good
our
morning.
ability to reach people.
Good morning, Tasha.
And I think that when people are first starting in their recovery process, it's hard for them, especially those that grew up, you know, in our culture. It's hard for them to like take that step, because everything they've done and everything they've been taught in their life is to take care of everybody and to do everything that is centered around us is taking care of your family or taking care of everybody, and not worrying. And the last person you're supposed to worry about is yourself. And so when people start, especially Native Americans, when they start this process, it's hard because they have to let go of that part and become just a little selfish, because you're not doing this for anybody else, you're doing it for you. And I think that's one of the hardest parts when people come and want to start their journey. And so to read this is great, and for people to be able to understand. But we have to realize that we're not just talking to people that are strictly in recovery. We're talking to people that are already out of it, and we're talking to people that maybe have never even drank or had anything in their entire life. And I think to that connection with your culture and realizing that, hey, these are things that our elders were teaching us a long time ago, and that um, to have that connection back to a giving nature, and to be willing to figure out what's going on, and understand that by giving first and allowing the environment around you to thrive, your culture to thrive, your people to thrive, is going to allow you to have a better life. And so I think it's befitting, because whenever we can't, when we walk into our own work building now, there's people that are excited about sharing their journey, their sobriety journey. Like, there was someone that came up to me the other day and was like, hey, I've got 77 days. And I was just like, that's awesome. And um, it's just like, and then to hear people wanting to share, like, hey, I have a year and a half, or hey, I have a year, or I got 3 months or 2 weeks. Because that's a big deal for people that especially come from the environment that we grew up in. It's like, man, 2 weeks is a long time for some people, and even one day is a long time. And so to celebrate those little things, and to be happy for them, and to maybe that's part of us being able to give back, and for to help them celebrate even the smallest steps in their journey. So um, that's kind of what I got from it today.
Good morning, Mr. Nolene
I think that David said
Randolph.
that the South Coast had a
Oh,
question for us.
hey,
Shout out to the guys of
South
South
Coast
Coast.
Behavioral. Hey, Mingo, can you come produce real quick?
Yeah. He says B Dub from South Coast has a question for you guys. What should he expect out of the recovery process?
You should expect. Uh, basically, you're gonna get out of this what you put into it. Like yeah, I understand. The first, basically, the first step is getting sober. To me, there's a difference between sobriety and recovery. Sobriety just means that you've arrested these substances in your life. Recovery means that you're working on yourself to recover the relationships that were strained, to recover, because, the things that you put before your recovery, you're going to lose. You got to go about recovery like your life depends on it. And what I've been able to find is a sense of peace. I got a peace of mind now. What I've been able to find is the blessings that have been given to me, through the work that I put in, because this is an inside job. This is definitely an inside job. Yeah, I had a problem with drugs and alcohol, but I also had a berry problem. That was my number one issue. Is that I had a berry problem. So what I found is I finally am comfortable in my own skin. You know, uh, that's probably the beginning of where I wanted to start my journey. Because hindsight's always 2020, right? Uh, I can see when I got comfortable with being able to say I'm an alcoholic and I'm an addict. Uh, at first, I was ashamed when my group would go out and we would get in public and people would just look at us like, yeah, that's definitely a rehab. Like, but you get over all of that because that's your pride and ego telling you, making you ashamed. Uh, what I found is that I was defeated, and drugs and alcohol had taken over my life to the point where, I felt this insanity that I was going to keep trying the same thing over and over and over, but I kept getting the same result. So what you can expect is being able just to be happy, man. That's number one. That's number one for me. Finding a peace that you can't buy. Finding finding a solution. But like I said, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. That's the number one thing is that, a lot of people don't understand that, or a lot of people don't take advantage of that. It's easy to cruise right through it. I promise you, I've seen so many people do it. Just cruise right on through it. And then somewhere down the line, the things that you didn't take care of when you had the opportunity, they spring back up in your life down the road. And then, it's like you got to watch things unravel for them again.
Yeah.
So I would expect nothing but good things. You can expect, a lot of thinking, a lot of time by yourself to reflect on, uh, working with your sponsor. I mean, reading the big book or whatever book it is, Wellbriety, NA, like whatever book it is, the Bible, like whatever it is that brings you comfort, whatever it is that can help you find a solution. I mean, those are the things that, your focus has got to go to those types of things to be aware of the condition that your mind is in. So I mean, I just want to say, you have a good man right there in front of you that has definitely walked the walk. You know, uh, he's been he's been to hell and back. And here he is still wanting to help people. So I think he has a great answer for whatever the meditation is today. I mean, Mr. David Levi is a great example of what this life can do for a person. So I mean, just look at the man right there in front of you and ask him these questions because we ain't got no reason to lie no more. You know, the amazing part about my job is all the bad decisions I've ever made in my life, all the wrong choices I ever made in my life can be used to help somebody else's. I mean, like that's amazing to me. Who would have thought my ragged ass would be up here talking about, like, yeah. I mean, but that's the amazing thing about recovery. We all got a story, and if you're not, you know, eventually you'll get to a place where you're not scared to tell people the truth about your life anymore, and the effect that you'll have on other people is so amazing. Like you realize you're not the only one that went through these things. May not be the exact same situation, but you know, uh, the 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 way that things unfolded and had to happen in your life, the way like the amazing thing about the creator to me, I always say this, is that the worst thing in your life, to me, going to rehab and saying I was defeated was the worst thing in my life to happen to me, at that time. Uh, and then somehow the switch got turned on and I realized like I really need help. My life was completely unmanageable. And it turned into the most beautiful thing that ever happened in my life. It turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And that's the power of the creator, is that he can turn the worst part of your life into the most beautiful part of your life without even changing the situation. So I mean that's it. I mean, just coming, having that switch come on and realizing these things. I mean, it's been an amazing journey, and I feel like this is what I want for my people. Nobody else is out here talking about these things. You know, nobody else is like. I mean, I try to keep up with all the natives that get online and are trying to like bring attention to recovery in native communities. I want to see more live streams. I want to see more podcasts. I want to see more people taking the time and energy, you know, uh, being vulnerable, and trying to help one another. I mean, I love the fact that we created a positive place for everybody to tune in and have nothing but positive things to say to each other. I mean, we may tease. We tease a lot because we're CNA. That's what we do. Like if we're not teasing you, probably means we don't like you. So I just went off on a whole rant right there.
Yeah. That's
So I hope
good,
that
though.
answers. I hope that answers your question.
But the first thing that I thought of whenever I seen that question was that, man, you need to be ready to find out who you are. And because I think a lot of us that have gone through this journey and this recovery process, we find out who we really are. Like it's like Barry said, he had a berry problem, but he didn't even know that he had a berry problem.
Good morning, Hector.
Like I went through times where I didn't even know
Sharon
who
Beard.
I really was. And so when I went through my process and I've gone through my time now and I'm still trying to figure out who I really am. And that I think as you go throughout this process and you figure out that, hey man, I'm not here for anybody else, I'm here for me. And once you start being able to focus on you, you're going to find out who you really are. And as you're going through the process and you're continuing to grow and you're continuing to find out more about yourself and your own strengths and your own weaknesses, you'll be able to come out,
Black out.
be able to be ready to
Mary Faye. Good
share
morning.
your journey and go on.
Caduce.
Boy, next time you're talking, I'm just going to start talking
Go ahead.
throughout the whole thing. I am. No shame. But
Good
yeah.
morning, Augustine. Well, we got to say hi to the people. Was you done?
I'm done now.
Is that all?
I'm done now.
Yeah. Oh, hey. All right, nephew. Yeah. That's amazing. Good to hear. So I'm trying to think back when that 45th day. Yeah. 46th. Yeah. So during Black Friday? Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you have a speaking
That's
engagement the
amazing.
next day?
Yeah, that's amazing, Zach. Keep going, nephew. Keep going. But yeah, I love those types of questions. I love because I can't talk about for anybody else, but I can always just share my experience and what it was like for me. And I love my growing process. I love realizing that I was the only one holding me back. Because once you get past, once you get into recovery and you realize like that this is the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. It just seems like everything is so much easier after that. That's why you see a lot of people go back to school. That's why you see a lot of people do all these different types of things that they always wanted to do, but because of their addiction, nothing else mattered except your addiction. So,
Right.
it's man, once you can overcome these types of issues in your life, like everything else seems easy. So, hope nothing. Hope you have the time of your life over there at South Coast. And realize because you'll create these bonds with people that you feel like are your brothers and sisters. I mean, I still talk to the people that I went to rehab with, that I was in detox with. I mean, one of my brothers, Mr. Randy Nolene. I mean, he turned out to be one of my best friends. And he's still doing his thing out there, walking around in his thong at Huntington Beach. So
Dave said, shout out to Randy. He's staying clean and greasy at the same time. I don't know how he does it. And Brother Drew said, Inspector Eyeball.
yo, Inspector Eyeball.
So
that's the only way I can see.
Even Brother Tracer's on there. He said, what's up? So.
Oh, hey, it's my big brother. Big brother, Tracer. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Leslie. Oh, my Aunt Pam. Good morning. Good morning. Well, glad you could join us, Mr. Chabata. Came out back up here eating. Well, should we jump off into these announcements?
You know, snag bags indeed.
Yes.
181 orders as
181
15
orders.
minutes ago, I believe. So make sure that you're getting one, but be patient because now we're waiting
Yeah,
on
we're
more
waiting
supplies
on
to
more
come in.
supplies.
this
Mm.
guy.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, just give us, be patient with us. We had like a huge amount come in. We got what we could out with the products that we have, but I don't think we're gonna be able to complete most of them until Friday.
Yeah, Friday or Monday.
So yeah, Friday. But we're just glad to see like the community response. Like that's amazing. That's amazing. So get you a snag bag, snag swag, whatever you want to call it.
Talkspace, make sure you're signing up. That's free mental health therapy. Talkspace Go and the Talkspace app, both of those. Use the organizational code RESTORE. Sign up. It's for anybody. So make sure you use it 13 and up.
13 and up. Then text 888-580-4TOUR to keep up with all our updates. Gives you all our meeting times, locations. It keeps you updated with what we do as a Gord Clan and as a program. So it's free. Shout out to Brand Logics. So we're just, it keeps you in the loop. Yeah. And here at 1950 South Shepherd in El Reno, we have a Mending Mondays, which is a Mending Broken Hearts, which is a grief talking circle. It helps you realize this is the meeting I get the most out of, because I realize how the grief created, a lot of trauma in my life, and I dealt with that with drugs and alcohol. So that is on Monday nights here at 1950 South Shepherd at 7 o'clock. Park in the back of the building. Then on Tuesday nights at 721 Frisco Ave in Clinton at the public library. They have a talking circle at 7 o'clock. And then on Thursday nights here at 1950 South Shepherd here in El Reno at 7 o'clock. We have another talking circle, like I say, parked in the back. Come through the back door. And then on while we're having that, we're allowing the kids, we're trying to empower our youth. Miss Tatum Escott is having a talking circle for the kids. They have their own room, they have their own space, allowing these children to, teenagers, trying to keep it to like 13 and up. But I think it's a great idea. Allowing these kids, because we have a lot of kids come to our talking circle. So if we allow them their own space and their own topics, their own things that they want to talk about, I mean, bring them on out. That's the same time on Thursday nights that we're having our talking circle. So that's at 1950 South Shepherd in El Reno at 7 o'clock. And then in Weatherford on Thursday nights, 810 East Cedar Ave in Weatherford, Oklahoma at the Oxford House at 7 o'clock. They also have a talking circle. So, shout out to Mackenzie Wache. She's doing a great job out there. And then on Friday nights here at 1950 South Shepherd in El Reno, there is a talking circle, 12-step talking circle, which takes you through the Wellbriety book. A little bit more action where you put pen to paper. But yeah, we try to stay busy around here.
We're going to have a hand drum making class along with the Pathways to Community Living event that's going to be held in Sealing on January 21st between 4 and 6 p.m. The first 20 that get to come, then we'll be there for that.
Yeah, the youth.
Yeah,
it's for the youth, right? Anybody?
Anybody?
Everybody?
Yeah. So make sure you come up and show up for that.
What? Oh, Wednesday, Auntie Corinne, my regular Auntie Corinne Morton is having a powwow class
Yeah, next week,
on the 15th at Concho at the ERC from what 6 to 8,
6 to 8.
6 to 8:30.
Sewing 101, it says limited machines. If you have your own, you're more than welcome to bring them. Continue dance routines and beading classes. Come out and join us, potluck, and share your skills. Always looking for volunteers to help out. Aho to the prevention programs for the partnership.
And we appreciate you, Rugged Auntie.
Yeah. And we have our year birthday coming up. We're celebrating a year of the Gord Clan being together. That'll be on January 25th out at the Respect Gym at Concho. So make sure you guys come out. We're still looking for some vendors. We have a lot more space. So if you have some stuff you want to come and bring out, make sure you show up. Give us a call.
Do you all remember the first time we went out there to Gord dance and all that? I mean, besides but like as a Gord clan,
It was in Canton at the Department of Health powwow.
was that the first time?
Yeah, that was the
Well, yeah, head staff.
Yeah, that was the first official one. So that was
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to think it's been a year. So
we have a teen dating violence awareness event coming up on February 6th. It'll be here at the 1950 South Shepherd. Come join us for an afternoon of painting and education regarding teen dating violence. It's open to all ages. The event will also be live streamed on our tour Facebook and the YouTube pages. So
that's cool.
So I guess we'll be there probably doing a live podcast at the same time. So
you know that yeah.
Well, that'll work. So
yeah, we'll have Tatum painting like Bob Ross on there.
That'll be good.
Yeah, the big Jufro. Yeah.
That'd be good.
But yeah,
we have a new fundraiser just started for the Gord Clan. We have a new shirt that we just made. So make sure you're putting your orders in. $25 each. If you send them to us, then we'll deliver them to you or we'll mail them to you. So
clean, sober, deadly. Was that Woody? Morning, Shannon. Keen, sober, deadly.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we have any more announcements? We got two producers over here.
Yeah.
They're arguing. Well, we appreciate everybody that's able to tune in. Like, share, follow, tell your mammy about it. Just happy we get another day, Do we have work tomorrow?
No.
We're off tomorrow. Wow. Well, we will see you all Friday. Well, this afternoon we're having victim services come through, and we're gonna do a little. They're gonna use our audience, which I think is awesome. They're gonna use our audience to get out their message. Because as we all know, it sucks that I'm pretty sure our audience can probably relate to the issues that we're going to be talking about later on this afternoon. So, be watching out for, our live stream later. We'll be on here with Victim Services, promoting their program and what they do, so very valuable information. Mr. Isaac Rhodes, you have a good day, sir.
Indeed.
Well,
yeah, get your
get you a purple shirt.
Get you a purple shirt.
Be from Grape.
Yeah. I know. Be our MC all the time. So
be our raisin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raisin Street.
All grimaces running around everywhere.
Well, I guess we're gonna get on up out of here. Everybody have a good day.
Everybody have a great one.
Thank you for tuning in.